Okay, today, postcards. I've used postcard stamp. Hello, Lynn. Yes, I did remember. That's right. A very lovely lady called Lynn suggested postcards, and I'm like, oh yeah. So I have 3 postcards, all the backs of 3 postcards that I've stamped up. Oh, look, see, controversial. Decided to go for tan colour. And then I have a whole heap of stuff here to go on top. Oh yeah, that was one that didn't work, so I've decided that's going to be the front of one. Now what I am going to do, I've seen this done and I'm thinking I want to try that, is I am going to use, I'm going to cover it in paper, and then I am going to, once I've covered it in paper, cover it in gesso. So that's not working. I need to get rid of those bits. And then once they're covered in gesso-ish, I'm going to collage. Well, the plan is to collage and then stamp. We will have to see how that works out in practice, but that's what I'm aiming for. Okay, we need just a touch more off this end. Okay, that's that one. Now I did find some paper that just fitted, and I'm thinking, yeah, that'll do. Right, so that's that one. Let's get rid of all this. And then for this one, so if I just move those out of the way. I've got a book page. Oops. I quite like the rough edges. That one just needs to come down. So very roughly, that's how they're going to go. So I'm just going to glue these on and probably cut this bit of the video out. Okay, we have the base for 3 postcards. Now what I'm thinking of doing is my trusty gesso. Actually, I wonder if... Right, I'm going to use some of this Liquitex gesso. It's really heavy coverage, and because it's liquid, it doesn't actually need that much. Let's put the lid back on that one for a minute. Now, the trick is going to be, can I keep the base clean? Probably not. But whoever ends up with this, it's like, I tried, honest. I am trying my hardest to. I don't want to cover up all the writing, but I do want to cover up a fair bit of it. So it's going to be the illusion of a book page. Well, at least that's what I'm thinking anyway. Okay, that's that one. Can we get it in the same gap? Now this one is extremely dark, but I'm going to leave. Yes, I know I treat my paintbrushes appallingly, but because they are so cheap, I don't mind ruining these ones. Let's put a bit on that one, and then I can... This gesso, I have to say, is probably my favourite, but it's... I don't use it that often because it's expensive. How rubbish is that? You like something, but save it. It's like your best dress, I suppose, isn't it? You save it for special occasions. Blimey, we're doing all right at the moment. Let's just get rid of those bits. And some more. I suppose really the way I should be looking at it is because I don't need to use... Ooh, got a loose hair on that. Because I don't need to use so much of it, I could use it instead of, but it's like, oh, I don't know. It's like the Tim Holtz paper pans. I've only just, after about 2 years, managed to convince myself to start cutting them up. Okay. Right. So I'm just going to clean this up so that at least I can attempt to keep the backs clean. So, let's have a look and see. Alright, that one needs... So I'm thinking I'm just going to use up what's left on my brush. Oh, nearly lost that one. Okay, and that one definitely needs a bit more. That looks better. Okay. Oh well, no, it looks like it was meant to be. What's that one? Oh, not bad. And the other black one. Maker's marks. Right, that's that way. That's the right way. That way. With a... okay. So it's going to be the same as the ATC cards, which is I'm going to make a couple, or make 3 up of roughly... Oh, this is actually the offcuts of this big sheet that I cut down, and I've just stamped over it with the Tim Holtz, the script stamp. I've done this one. This is actually brown, a dark brown. What's it called? It is called Timber Brown. Stays on Timber Brown. Now I'm wanting So I'm hoping it's going to be a collage. So I'm going to start assembling. I'm going to have one that way and two that way. Well, that's what I'm thinking anyway. Trying to get them all in the shot. Let's cut that piece. I've also got some big bits of card that I've stamped off, same ink. What was it? Timber brown. This one was done with the Papillon one, I think it's called. I'm going to make these into a tag, I think. So it's got to go to about there. Too big. Oh, quite like that. Yeah, that works as a background. Let's make this into a little tag. Okay, that's not equal, but I'm pretty sure it'll... No, that one can go on. This is the remnants of that, of the ATC cards. I'm just thinking that that needs something to break it up. That works. I found this on the net. Just when the caterpillar thought her life was over, she began to fly. And I thought, you know what, that is just perfect for what I want. I didn't know how dimensional, actually, to make these. I've got a picture of a lady. And I've got flowers. There was the other one. That was the other picture that I got that I thought would go quite well with this. No. Do you know, I think this was a Tsunami Rose ephemera set. Or it could have been Artie May's. It's sort of... I collect ephemera. I buy a kit. And, yeah, I buy kits. I print it off. And then if I don't use it, it gets shoved in a little box. And then I can never remember. So accept my apologies, please, if it is from one of your kits. I want a piece. I think to balance it up. So what, I'm going to have to lose that piece. So far, It's not working too bad. I found a black and white pen picture, which I thought was great, like that. Except it doesn't fit on any of those. Okay. I have also got postcard, well, little sort of printed postcard things, some stamps. At the moment, I'm just setting it all up to see how I want things. I could work, stamps, tickets. I think that's going to be too wide. As soon as we've got tickets on all the others. I suppose that one could finish that one off. Right, the idea. So now I know roughly where things are going to go. I'm going to do some stamping. Hey everyone, same video, different day. Hopefully my camera is working. Oh my life. It can't cope, it really can't cope with more than one day. Okay, so we were doing the postcards. And I've sort of laid them out how I want them. But I'm thinking, what I want to do is I want to stamp on them. So I'm thinking I am going to glue down some bits and then I am going to stamp and then finish gluing down so it looks like the stamps. The idea that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get it so it looks like the flowers or the stamping is coming from behind, but without it actually being so. Well, that's the idea. I'm talking to my little camera and I have no idea if it's recording or not. Right, so that one, oops, can go on there. And then these three little bits can then, I'm just going to glue down the ends, I think. Except I've just gone and glued the wrong end. Okay. Oh, I've been to bed since I've started doing this. I'm pretty sure I can be forgiven. Right, I wanted it over the edge. And then these two. Make sure I've got the right end. Oh. That one can go there. That one I just need to go round. Oh, it's miserable outside today. Not proper rain, just sort of drizzle type. Ugh. And then I'm thinking, oh, no, that's no good. That's the same length and I didn't want it. That's better. Right, stamping. I've got my 3 new favourite ones. Okay. I'm going to use saddle brown, stays on saddle brown. Because I'm hoping it will show up okay. I need that first one, I think. There. Well, like that. Okay. And then where do we want this next one? Right there. So I'm thinking, oh, his husband with cup of tea. Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Still trying.
Wonderful husband, cup of tea, which I left in the kitchen. Oh, I like that. Yep. Okay. Now then, do we want something to come up? No. Do you know what? I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, let's just stick these bits down. And the last one. Okay, let's put this lovely lady on. Now I had my little butterfly stamps, so I might as well keep the theme going. And I was looking around for something a bit brighter. Spice marmalade. I don't think you can get much brighter than that. I like the rusty hinge, but it didn't quite show up enough. So, where are we going? Maybe one on there. So you can't see this. I'm having to work at arm's length, so I am sorry. Before I wipe it all over where I don't want it to go. Let's go in the middle of the flowers. And then one more, because we like 3s. Let's fill the gap. Yep, that's looking good. Oh, I forgot my ticket. Can we get that up? I thought there was something missing up there. A bit more. Let's see if we can get this back on. Ah, there we go. Not too bad at all. Now this oxide takes a while to dry. Oh, I've smudged it. I was wondering actually about just trying to brighten up the edges. You know, if it doesn't work, you'll never know. Oh yes, that looks good. Not all the way, but maybe just in places. Just where it looks a bit boring. I'm liking that. Just adds a bit of interest. Right, number 1 done. Hooray! Okay. This one. Now I'm hoping I can get everything stuck down. Without too much problems. I'm not forgetting to put anything on this time. Okay. So, first one. Second one. And then when I do come to stick them down, I'm hoping I'm actually going to, I think, put a bit of this orange up this corner. Well, that looks quite nice where the paper's rubbing up. There we go, that one. Yep, that looks good to me. I was just wondering, no, it's too stiff. So for this one, I've got the big stamp. There we go. So same again, saddle brown. If that's on there, I've got, let me move that one out of the way for a moment. Right, I'm thinking I'm going to want it about there. So let's get that one out. It is nice having a choice of big stamps and smaller ones. Okay, that works. Now, if I was to bring another one up about there, it's all about what pleases your eye, I suppose. Yeah, what do you like the look of? And then that will then sit over the top. How my brain works, do you know, I haven't got a clue. It sort of does sometimes, and other times it's like, no. Sometimes I'll go to bed and I'll think, and then other times I'll wake up and it'll just be a fully formed plan. I don't think I have an idea. And then that one in the middle. So I think I'm going to bring it over a bit. And then because I like those orange butterflies, you see that? Yep. I'm going to have one down here. Oh, a hair. Now that would be one way to colour your hair, wouldn't it? And then maybe one. Might look quite nice in the middle of the flowers. And then one more. Do we follow the line up, or do we, do you know what, let's be a devil. And let's go up there. I think I'm going to add a splash of colour down here. For no other reason than I quite like that. So that looks a bit dark. So, baby wipes at the ready. Let's just, because I've got gesso underneath of this and the stays on ink is permanent, nothing's going to come off, I hope. Let's just take a bit off. That's better. Okay, right, number 2 done. And we were going to go across again on this one. Except I can't remember how I wanted it. I did, right, always take a picture. If you find something that you like the look of, take a picture. Because otherwise, I forget. So according to my photo, I had that one, and then that one. That one go underneath. Do you know what? I'm not 100% sure. Let's move it all down a bit because that's just too high. I do want to cover up that bottom piece, I'm thinking. And then when you look at your photo, you can totally ignore it and go on to the next bit. That's how I want it. So, oh dear, I am all Fingers and thumbs. Oh, that one on there. And that one on there. And that one on there. And then I can just go in and finish gluing them on. So I just want to glue this main piece down. Oh, my glue's going, I don't want to play. Oh, listen to the magpies. That's where I want that, because then eventually that will go then on there. Whoa, okay. Now then, which stamp? Alright, let's go for that one. So one up there and then maybe one that way. That looks pretty good to me. Oh dear. It's not going to fit. Okay, I shouldn't have glued this down first. But there is always a way round something. Right, take two. Let's I think my glue must be like my bones feel. It's damp outside. I'm not going to work. Blimey. Oh, okay, that'll do. Glue this piece down. And butterflies. Okay. I do like it halfway on the picture. Because I haven't got anything that looks a bit stark on its own, it looks like it's not tied into anything. One more. In the middle, I think. Right, done. Let's add a bit of colour. That adds a bit of interest. But I have got some words. These are the Tim Holtz ones. A big chat, these ones are. So I did feel that instead of cutting out, that one's looking a bit empty, so we will go up there. There's one. So what have we got on that one? So they're not sticking. Oh, I like those two. Right, we have friends. Friends happen. No, actually, I found a better one. How about good friends grow? Now then, where are we going to put them? Where is the word friends going to fit in? So good. Friends. Good friends grow. And we could do something for a lady, couldn't we? So we'll have her. We'll have her kindness. Actually, we're just going to have the one because I can't decide where this one's going to go. Oh, choices. Do you know what? I'm going to put it down there. Kindness. Right, let's get rid of the paper and all the bits. This one's not sticking, so a bit of glue on the back. So, 3 postcards. Except I can't get them all in at the moment. Well, not the ways... Oh, there we go. 3 postcards. It was worth the wait. Right, I will speak to you all tomorrow. Take care now. Bye.